Welcome to the 34th Annual Housing North Carolina Awards. These awards recognize developments and organizations that improve lives, enrich neighborhoods, and spark economic growth in their communities. The four winners we are celebrating today demonstrate the very best of affordable housing. They include a new rental development in response to damages from Hurricane Florence, a revitalized single-family development in the heart of downtown Durham, home rehabilitation and repair efforts helping low-income individuals, seniors, or people with disabilities stay in their homes, and a new, safe home for youth in rural North Carolina. Thank you for taking time today to join us in celebrating the 2023 Housing North Carolina Awards. Let's get started. The 2023 Housing North Carolina Award for Rental Development is Carolina Avenue Apartments in New Bern. In 2018, Hurricane Florence ravaged New Bern and the surrounding area, destroying homes, uprooting lives, and causing more than $100 million in damage. The historic coastal community weathered massive flooding and storm surge. This included Trent Court, a public housing development where residents were rescued from their homes by boat. In the aftermath, 108 of the Trent Court units were deemed uninhabitable and set for demolition. In response, the New Bern community united with Mosaic Development Group and the New Bern Housing Authority to acquire a site to develop 84 new affordable family apartment homes to replace those lost in Trent Court. Within 4 months after Hurricane Florence, the development team had applied to the NC Housing Finance Agency for low-income housing tax credits, which were later awarded, along with state disaster recovery funds. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic hit in March 2020. Stay-at-home orders presented the development team with new and unexpected challenges, including finding creative ways to move the project forward despite remote work, uncertain contractor availability, supply chain delays, and COVID-19 outbreaks that impacted the workforce. Persevering through these difficulties, Carolina Avenue welcomed home its first residents in November 2021, reaching 100% occupancy in just 3 months. Carolina Avenue Apartments offers a mix of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartment homes in multiple 3-story, garden-style buildings. 63 apartments are available to families earning 60% or less of the area median income, as well as 21 apartments for families at 30% or less of the area median income. The property included a preference for former displaced Trent Court residents to rehouse those who lost their homes in the disaster. A former Trent Court resident now lives at Carolina Avenue Apartments. After my apartment got 12 feet of floodwater, I moved to Havelock, but it was tough because all of my transactions were in New Bern. I was one of the first to get the application, first one to bring it back, the first one to get approved. You can always go home and turn that key and go in your house. And for me to get that apartment right there, I thank God for it. Residents at Carolina Avenue enjoy amenities including a computer center, fitness room, a community room, and on-site laundry facilities. The property also offers outdoor amenities like a playground, picnic area, and mail area. Taking lessons learned from Hurricane Florence, great care was taken to make Carolina Avenue resilient to future hurricanes and other severe storms. The project site is 2.5 miles further inland than the original structures and exists outside of the 100-year floodplain. This site choice reduces the likelihood of damage from storm surge. Fill dirt was imported to further increase the site's elevation, placing the development several feet above the area's high flood mark to keep residents safe.
I'm in building 2. I like all the residents. I knew some and some I didn't, but it's just a very inviting place. Not just because we're seniors mostly. Seems like it's in all their buildings. I just think what you're doing is outstanding because a lot of housing is needed, very much so.
Today, Carolina Avenue Apartments provides safe, affordable homes for its residents to continue to build their lives. There is no telling when the next hurricane will hit, but Carolina Avenue Apartments has been designed to weather the storm. Accepting the award is Mosaic Development Group and New Bern Housing Authority.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, members of the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency and those gathered partners. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners of the New Bern Housing Authority, thank you for this award. Words cannot begin to express how proud we are of the project at Carolina Avenue. We appreciate the recognition. Thanks is also due to our partners. The Mosaic Development Group has been phenomenal to work with, and thank you for taking on this project and expanding the housing stock in the New Bern market. These 84 units would not have been possible without community collaboration, and we owe thanks to so many. From our city leaders, our mayor, the board of aldermen, the city manager, the county manager, the North Carolina governor, and General Assembly for the support and the appropriation of disaster recovery funds, all the way down to the individuals who manage it at Excel Management Group. Thank you. Carolina Avenue opened to residents in the winter of 2021 and has quickly leased all the units and has stayed full to date. This award speaks to the credibility of what can be accomplished when community collaborates together. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you to the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency for this tremendous award. We're thrilled to see Carolina Avenue Apartments being recognized in this way. Most of you in the audience today are involved in development in one way or another, so you know that every project has its challenges. Oftentimes, the difference between projects that get built and those that don't are the champions, the ones who at every turn stand for a project and its need to be built. In September of 2018, when Hurricane Florence hit, the people of New Bern, and specifically those living in Trent Court Apartments, needed champions. The storm surge was so bad that we had reports of people swimming from their second-story apartments to find safety. And when the waters receded, things only got worse. Overnight, people had lost not only their homes and their possessions, but their peace of mind as well. At Mosaic, we pride ourselves on being great partners. Across the state of North Carolina, we have worked with countless housing authorities, churches, ministries, nonprofits, and the like to address the unmet need of affordable housing. When this natural disaster hit, Mosaic's team was more determined than ever to be the champions that the people of New Bern needed. I'm thankful to say that we were not alone. The New Bern Housing Authority was the project's biggest champion. They saw the need before the hurricane and were ready to respond. They were the staunchest advocate of those in need in the New Bern community, facing all of the challenges and local headwinds head on. Standing side by side with them was Mosaic's own team. Their competent professionalism and choice to focus on the people in need rather than their own difficulties was the driving force behind this project. Tice Keister Architects, Cole Genest and Stone, East Point Homes, and Excel Property Management faced down new COVID protocols, supply chain disruptions, and all manner of complications to design, build, and lease up a beautiful project on budget and in record time. The city of New Bern and Craven County supported the project, and the city even provided the site on which it's built. Now, of course, projects don't happen without funding, so a special thank you is owed to our funders who took a risk that a project born in a hurricane and built during a global pandemic could be a success. To RBC, our investor, JP Morgan Chase, our construction and perm lender, and the New Bern Housing Authority, who contributed their own funds, we owe you a very heartfelt thank you. And last but not least, we thank NCHFA, who provided 3 different layers of financing, generating over $10 million for the project. Carolina Avenue and the homes it now offers to people who were once desperate and afraid would not have happened without your support. On behalf of all those who now call Carolina Avenue home, thank you, and thank you for this award.
The 2023 Housing North Carolina Award for Home Ownership Impact Development goes to the Hope 6 Homeownership Partnership in Durham. Historically low mortgage rates and rising wages helped to offset rising home prices in Durham before and in the immediate aftermath of the pandemic. However, as interest rates rose the last few years, more homebuyers found themselves struggling to find a home that they could comfortably afford. With the affordability crisis in Durham escalating, homebuyers needed help. 2 local organizations partnered to revitalize Few Gardens, a 240-unit public housing development, and its surrounding East Durham community. With a poverty level of 90%, this community was targeted as a severely distressed area. The 6-phase revitalization culminated with a homeownership phase to convey improved sites to Habitat for Humanity of Durham. On these sites now sit 37 new, affordable, and energy-efficient homes for Durham families. The Durham Housing Authority used Hope 6 funds to pay for the subdivision of the lots, as well as infrastructure costs. Habitat for Humanity of Durham partnered with the DHA to develop and build the homes and to provide homeownership counseling and mortgage assistance to homebuyers. One of those buyers is Monique, who through this partnership became the first person in her family to own a home. Prior to becoming a homeowner, Monique and her 3 children were forced to move 3 times in 18 months. Now a proud owner of a house of her very own, she hopes to pass the benefits on to her children. "I'm excited to provide something that they'll be able to grow up in and one day will be theirs," she said. All homes are at least 3 bedrooms with 2 full bathrooms and a minimum of 1,200 square feet. Homes target households with incomes at or below 80% of the area median income, which is $67,840 for a family of 4. This project's 37 homes serve more than 150 Durham residents, including original Few Gardens families and other clients of the Housing Authority. Homes are Energy Star, System Vision, and National Green Building Standard certified, helping to keep heating and cooling costs at about $1 per day for new homeowners. Yards are landscaped in partnership with Trees Durham, which provided consultation, planning, and support, including 40 new trees in addition to those planted per city code. One homeowner is a single mom with 2 children who works at UNC. One of her sons has health challenges that can make everyday life complicated. Prior to becoming a homeowner, the family lived in a rental development in Durham that didn't have the space to accommodate his wheelchair and medical equipment.
My boys lived in Durham, and we rented a house over in East Durham near Woodlands Village before we were approved for the Habitat housing. I was approved for one of the ADA homes, and so it's different for me because before my son wasn't able to move freely through the house, I was having to lift and carry him, whereas now with the ADA home, I am able to wheel him all through the house. The house is modified just for him. My oldest just graduated from Central Park, which is right downtown. And then my baby boy, he's a complex kiddo, so he does school virtually. Again, I have a complex kiddo, so it was a matter of moving all of his equipment and everything. So just moving in and getting settled. But it was a lot, but I'm grateful. My favorite part about it is the fact that it is modified for my kids. So whereas he couldn't move freely through our rental, I can be in the kitchen cooking now, and he can have his wheelchair right there with us. He's able to come and do dinners with us at the table now, and then so it's just being able to, for him to be more a part of the family setting instead of having to be in his room because we didn't have the space before. So that's my favorite part of it.
Today, thanks to this strategic partnership, more than 150 Durham residents are able to enjoy living in a home they can afford. Receiving plaques are the Durham Housing Authority and Habitat for Humanity of Durham.
Durham Housing Authority is pleased to be a partner with Habitat for Humanity to receive this year's Homeownership Impact Award. I am Anthony Scott, CEO of the Durham Housing Authority. For almost 75 years, DHA has provided affordable rental housing, housing choice vouchers, and homeownership opportunities. Over 20 years ago, DHA received a Hope 6 grant to redevelop a struggling public housing community. The grant supported raising the public housing community and replacing it with 235 rental units and 37 homeownership units. The rental housing component was completed 15 years ago. After many stalled years, the homeownership component was able to finally get going in 2021, thanks to a partnership with Habitat for Humanity. As we celebrate this award, we also celebrate the completion of this work alongside our partners, Habitat for Humanity and the City of Durham through its Forever Home Durham program. With the ever-increasing need for additional affordable housing opportunities in Durham, we look forward to continuing our mission to develop, own, manage, and contribute to communities of choice. Thank you.
We at Durham Habitat are grateful and honored for this award in recognition from North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. NCHFA has been a longtime partner with Durham Habitat. We want to thank the Durham Housing Authority on their partnership around this unique project, which allowed Habitat to respond to the increasing need for affordable housing in Durham and continue to build homeownership opportunities. This award recognizes the beginning of a long-term partnership with the Durham Housing Authority as we work together on future affordable homeownership projects in Durham. Thank you for highlighting the work that Durham Habitat does in a community of contributors that make our work possible.
The 2023 Housing North Carolina Award for Homeownership Rehabilitation goes to the Gaston County Housing Rehabilitation Department. For homeowners who are elderly or who have disabilities, keeping up with repairs and rehabilitation on their homes can be a challenge, especially if they hope to age in place. In Gaston County, the median household income is a little more than $60,000, and more than 65% of households own their home, with many of those homes built before 1990. For homeowners in these aging homes, safety hazards are all too common, while funds to mitigate these hazards are increasingly scarce. Since 2016, the Gaston County Housing Rehabilitation Department has worked to help homeowners stay in their homes by providing repairs and rehabilitation to allow citizens to age in place. The county has a significant need for housing rehabilitation, especially for elderly homeowners aged 62 and older. Some of the most common repairs made include roof repairs, floor replacements, sewer and water fixes, and HVAC and electrical installation and upgrades. One homeowner who has lived in her home for more than 30 years had her front porch steps widened in case of an emergency and a broken storm door replaced. The organization also provided significant interior repairs, including repairs to a rotted kitchen floor and a whole new bathroom, added lights, ceiling repairs, and more to help her live in her home as long as possible.
After 32 years, your house go down a lot, so I was just truly blessed, by the county when I found out about this program and entered, and they came out and did the work to make it possible for me to continue to stay here, and be comfortable. And, it's just been a wonderful thing that has happened in my life. It's been a blessing.
Another homeowner has been living in her home since 1989 and hopes to never move. Born and raised in Gastonia, Norma needed significant repairs to her home to make it safe for her to remain there. The Gaston County Housing Rehabilitation Department replaced her bathroom, carpet, windows, and front door, and improved the home's energy efficiency to help lower her power bill to make it easier and more affordable for her to age in place.
It's been good. Life is good. And it gets better. It seems like it gets better and better. They say the older you get, I have problems, but I don't have anything that I can't overcome. I feel more safer. They put me new doors. I used to have a bar up against my door. When they put the new doors up, I didn't have to use that bar anymore. I feel safer. And I can let my windows up. I love air coming in my bedroom when I'm laying there. I can let my windows up, and it's just nicer. Oh, another thing, my power bill and my gas bill went down. It went way down.
The Gaston County Housing Rehabilitation Department has made great strides toward preserving homes in their community and helping citizens safely age in place, avoiding costly institutionalized care. In just a few short years, the organization has completed 109 homes with a total investment of $2.1 million. The Gaston County Rehabilitation Department utilized financing from the NC Housing Finance Agency's Urgent Repair Program, which uses dollars from the North Carolina Housing Trust Fund. Receiving a plaque is the Gaston County Housing Rehabilitation Department.
We're truly honored to receive this award from North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. We worked really hard to create a great staff and team here in Gaston County, which led to the creation of the Gaston County Housing Rehab Department. That would have not been possible without the assistance of our Board of Commissioners, our County Manager, and our Director of Building Development Services. Over the last 7 years, we've been able to build a partnership with North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, which not only directly impacted our community, but allowed us to prevent the displacement of so many families in our county. The North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, URP, and ESFR programs allowed us to directly help low to median income families that were elderly, veterans, handicapped, disabled, and single parents. We were also able to partnership with North Carolina Department of Commerce through their neighborhood revitalization program, which allowed for additional low to median income rehabs at a significant rate on homes as well in our community. Beyond the human element, even though it's the most important to allow someone to stay in their home with dignity and safely, there's also a quantifiable element. The taxpayer pays 2/3 of institutional care or retirement home care. That's 40% through Medicaid, 23% through Medicare post-acute care. We also know from state studies that it costs $41,000 to $85,000 per person per year to house in a retirement home. So the direct savings to the taxpayer is there. It's what you need to be telling your elected officials. There's some additional savings through its slows or stops the disrepair of the home, which helps the neighborhood, helps the value of the home, and inevitably helps your tax base. But again, thank you for the award. We've worked really hard to get where we're at. It validates that we're moving in the right direction in Gaston County, and we hope to do bigger and better things. But thank you again, guys. Have a great day.
The 2023 Housing North Carolina Award for Supportive Housing goes to Williamson Cottage in Middlesex. Williamson Cottage in Middlesex is helping youth in foster care to reach their full potential by providing a safe, caring environment for youth. As Phase 1 in Free Will Baptist Children's Home's Rewriting Stories campaign, Williamson Cottage was developed to replace Smith Cottage, one of the oldest cottages on the campus. Completed in June 2022, Williamson Cottage provides a home for youth where they no longer have to worry about their next meal or where they will sleep at night. Not only does the home provide young people with the tools they need to graduate high school and transition into adulthood, it offers them the ability to experience a normal childhood, just like their peers in traditional homes. Youth currently living in Williamson Cottage are middle school-aged boys in the Alternative Family Placement Program, and they are able to fill their rooms with clothing, shoes, and decorations that showcase their unique personalities. The children's home has given me a place to live, a home. I don't worry about being safe anymore, said one 12-year-old resident. The cottage parents cook a big breakfast every Saturday morning with eggs, bacon, sausage, and sometimes even pancakes. There's always more than we can eat. The other boys in Williamson are like my brothers. We play basketball and sometimes ride bikes, just fun kid stuff, he added. The cottage features an open floor plan with the kitchen, dining, and family living area in the center of the home. 6 bedrooms open into the family area, with shared Jack and Jill bathrooms. The design purposefully eliminated hallways to promote family living and aid in supervision of the youth. Williamson Cottage also features living quarters for cottage parents, a walk-in pantry, and a laundry room. Key safety features include a full-time generator and a sprinkler fire suppression system. The cottage is also energy efficient and includes special lighting designed for safety. Williamson Cottage provides normalcy for the youth who live there. The family setting allows the boys and cottage parents to cook meals together and to gather for games. While these activities support age-appropriate developmental skills and build a sense of self-worth, the home environment also teaches transitional living skills by integrating life skills classes, vocational and educational classes, and tutoring.
The kids here, for the most part, they want to be here. Kids want structure and they need structure. They also feel that Free Will Baptist Children's Home is a safe place for them. They know that they're going to be taken care of. When they initially come in, that seems to be one of our most important times where we're telling them what's here, what's available to you, what we're going to do to take care of you, things of that nature. And they really feel that when they're able to come into one of the cottages and have their own room and their own space, and just, they're able to meet with staff consistently, not just the cottage staff, but also the social work staff, and that we continue their family connections when appropriate.
While they live together in the cottage, Williamson Cottage youth are a part of the Free Will Baptist Children's Home family and enjoy full access to the gym and recreation centers on campus. The youth also participate in community events and receive educational opportunities on campus in conjunction with the local public school. Williamson Cottage is more than just a house. For some of the residents, it's the first safe home they've ever had. Williamson Cottage received funding from the NC Housing Finance Agency's Supportive Housing Development Program. Receiving a plaque is Free Will Baptist Children's Home.
On behalf of the Free Will Baptist Children's Home, it is my honor to accept this award from the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. Thank you for believing in our young people and in the work that we do. Your support to this project is an investment in the lives of our children, both now and for many years in the future. I would like to thank our donors who helped make this dream a reality, including the Boyette family, who were instrumental in naming Williamson Cottage, as well as many foundations, including the Southern Bank Foundation, the Cannon Foundation, and the Eddie and Joe Allison Smith Foundation. When our middle school boys moved into Williamson Cottage, it was an emotional day for everyone involved, from our youth and staff to everyone who helped make this project a success. Williamson Cottage is more than a new home for youth in foster care. It's a new beginning. For years to come, this cottage and the memories made in it will help our young people begin the process of rewriting their stories. In this home, they will have an opportunity to be a kid, to develop skills to cope with past trauma in their lives, and to grow and learn. The goal of the Freehold Baptist Children's Home is to provide youth in foster care with a safe, caring home during a difficult time in their lives. The addition of Williamson Cottage to our campus provides our youth with this space, and we are thankful for your support in making this dream a reality.